Good evening, Northern Colorado. This is Ron, K0AZA. I'm located in Fort Collins, and I'll be net control for tonight's NCARC TechNet. The purpose of the TechNet is to enlighten amateur radio operators on topics of a technical nature. We'll do our best to answer any technical questions for the benefit of all those who are listening. If there's a subject that's never been made quite clear to you, this is a great opportunity to find an answer. And if anyone feels they have information that will help regarding that subject, please throw out your call sign and net control will call on you. This net may be interrupted at any time for emergencies or priority traffic. If you need to use the system for an emergency during the net, say break and give your call sign. We'll acknowledge you and suspend the net until you advise that you're clear. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? All licensed amateur radio operators with 70-centimeter privileges are encouraged to check into the net. NCARC club membership is encouraged but never required for participation. Check-ins are requested for the purpose of counting participation and no checkouts required. When checking in, please give your call sign slowly, first alphabetically, then again using the ITU phonetic alphabet along with your name and location. When you check in, please let me know if you have a topic you'd like to discuss. Check-ins will be taken in groups of 3. When I've acknowledged the first group of 3, I'll then move on to the next group of 3. I'll start by taking check-ins from Echolink. Anyone on Echolink, please call now. Okay, let's go ahead with check-ins from call suffixes Alpha through Mike. Alpha through Mike, please call now.
This is K3SAD, Kilo 3 Sierra Alpha Delta, George and Windsor, no traffic.
AE0KO, Alpha Echo 0 Kilo Oscar, Brad, Mobile, Fort Collins, no traffic.
Kilo Echo 0 Charlie Papa, KE0CP, Cliff from Severance.
Let's hold up there. The net acknowledges K3SAD, AE0KO, and KE0CP. Good evening, gentlemen. Next group of 3, call suffixes Alpha through Mike. Please call now.
M0BNK, November 0, Bravo, November Kilo, Rick in LaPorte.
A88, Jeff, Alpha Alpha 8, Hotel Foxtrot, Jeff in Fort Collins.
W0LEI, Whiskey 0 Lima Echo India, Chad and Stout.
Okay, let's hold up there. Net acknowledges N0BNK. Jeff, I wrote your call sign down as AA8HF. If that's wrong, let me know. And W0LEI. Next group of 3, please call now.
This is for 0 Alpha Whiskey N0AW, Jeremy in Loveland.
This is N0EMP, Greg in Fort Collins with Debbie, K0DBE, no traffic.
Okay, the net acknowledges N0AW, N0EMP, and K0DBE. Let's go ahead and open it up to all call suffixes, Alpha through Zulu. Please call now.
Good evening. I'm Whiskey Alpha 7, Echo Mike. No traffic, Erie, Ed.
This is Kilo Bravo 0, Yankee Delta November, KB0YDN, Eric, Pinewood, no traffic.
Here is Kilo 8, Golf Echo Echo, Jerry in Fort Collins, K8GEE, no traffic.
Yeah, hey, Eric, I got dyslexic and couldn't write down your call sign right. Can you please repeat it back to me? I know I should know it by now, but I seem to let it fall out of my head.
I think you doubled with somebody, but it's Kilo Bravo 0, Yankee Delta November, YDN, KB0, YDN.
Yeah, okay, I had it right. It's just my brain going crazy. And if I was doubling the doubling station, please go ahead now.
WA70, I'm Whiskey Alpha 7, Echo Mike, Ed and Erie, no traffic.
This is Kilo Echo 0, Mike Echo, KE0ME, Dick, Loveland, no traffic.
KF0, SHF, Kilo Foxtrot 0 Sierra Hotel X-Ray, Norm, Johnstown, no traffic.
Here is Kilo 8 Golf Echo Echo, Jerry in Fort Collins, K8GEE, no traffic.
This is KC0ZPY, Kilo Charlie 0, Zulu Papa Yankee, Jack in Loveland.
Good evening, Ron. I've got an unorthodox check-in with 4 operators. This is Whiskey Romeo 0 Alpha Delta WR0AB, and I also have Alpha Delta 8 November AD8N Mike. I've got Whiskey 0 Mike Lima Mike W0MLM Monica, and I finally have Whiskey 0 November Alpha Tango W0NAT Natalie.
Okay, let's hold up there a moment. I think I have a little catching up to do on acknowledgments. The net acknowledges WA7EM, KB0YDN, K8GEE, KE0ME, KF0SHX, KC0ZPY, WR0AD, AD8N, W0MLM, and W0NAT. Hopefully I got all of those right. Next, if not, come back and let me know. Next group of 3, please call now.
KD0YLP, Kilo Delta 0, Yankee Oscar Papa, Scott's in Fort Collins.
This is. This is WB5TEX Whiskey Bravo 5 Tango Echo X-Ray, Dale, Loveland, no traffic.
Okay, let's hold up there. And that acknowledges KE0YAP, KF0SHW, and KB5TEX. Next group of 3, please call now.
KF0TUV, Kilo Foxtrot 0, Tango Uniform Victor, Joe in Masonville with a topic.
KD0CF, Alpha Echo 0, Charlie Foxtrot, Madden, Fort Collins.
This is W1VAN with a topic.
I may have heard you repeat back my call sign incorrectly. I'm not sure which one of us may have gotten it wrong. This is Scott, Kilo Delta 0, Yankee Oscar Papa.
Thanks, Scott. I kept looking at that thinking it didn't look right, so thank you for correcting that. And Annette would like to acknowledge KF0TUV, AE0CF, and W1VAN. Anybody else to check in, please call now.
This is K0NMR, Kilo 0, November Mike Romeo, Joseph in Fort Collins.
Okay, got you, Joseph. Good hearing you this evening. Let's go ahead and move on. I'll go back around and catch any late check-ins a bit later. Let's start off with KF0TUV. Joe, you said you had a topic. The floor is yours.
Thank you. This is KF0TUV, Joe in Masonville. My question is, I have coax running across a flat roof that's PDM, which is like a rubber product. I need to figure out how to secure that coax, and I'm open to suggestions on how to do that. I've thought about sandbags, but wanted to open it up and see if somebody has this great idea for me to secure it. Thank you. This is KF0TUV.
EMP.
Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, he could run it through a PVC pipe, which would make it not flop all around. And then maybe at the ends of the roof, anchor the PVC.
Yeah, Joseph, or Joe, I presume you probably don't want to put holes in the roof, correct?
That is correct. I'd rather not have the coax up there than put holes in the roof. So I didn't think about the PVC tubing. That is a good idea. I may try that myself. open to any other suggestions. Back to Net.
W1VAN.
Go ahead, Ivan.
Well, first thing that comes to mind for me is like a silicone rubber glue. Just dab it every so often to keep it in place, as if your coax is UV resistant there. Or possibly the same type of an item, a roof cement, dabbing it along the length of the coax to keep it in place.
Thanks, Ivan. Anybody else have any input for Joe? Okay, well, Joe, it sounds like you've got a couple of good ideas there. Any other questions or any follow-up questions to that?
I definitely appreciate everybody's input on that. I'm trying to figure out the best way. What I'm trying not to do is mess up that PDM roofing. Don't want the rain to come in. So thank you to everybody that gave me input on that. And as always, I do appreciate it. This is KF0 TUV, back to Net Control.
And this is K0AZA, Net Control for the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. Ivan, W1VAN, you had a topic. The floor is yours.
Thank you. This is W1VAN. I'd like to welcome everybody to the digital world. We have a new repeater up on Horsetooth there at 439.45 megahertz and a tone of 125 for an analog signal on that repeater. That repeater also does fusion. No, there's correction on that. It does YSF, which is another network of fusion, and it does D-Star, a D-Star repeater in the area. Welcome to use it. You can take it, navigate it to places far away. I also have the All-Star node back up there that is on 438.100, 438.100, and if you try to take that for navigate it, put in star 10 to disconnect, or at least star 70 to find out its connected status, and that you don't link several talk groups or places together. Again, that's 438.100 simplex with a tone of 423. Try out All-Star. Don't forget we also offer DMR, both in VHF, UHF, System Fusion, both in UHF, VHF, and how about packet radio? You remember packet radio from way back, 145 megahertz, 145.05 megahertz. It's up on Horsetooth, and it's going to have a great big long range. W1VAN, any questions? Bring them on.
Thanks, Ivan. Any questions for Ivan? All right, well, thank you, Ivan. I always appreciate the reminders. Are there any other topics or questions?
This is KD0TYU with an announcement.
Go ahead, Joe. The floor is yours.
Sorry, Ron didn't get in there. I got a phone call just when you were taking announcements. And, oh, well, how it is. We had a lot of people apparently talk about the holiday party / Christmas party, and wondered if we could get something different. Greg in the last club thing said I was going to go to Fort Collins this week, and I went to Fort Collins today, and we have booked the Inca restaurant, which is at 2313 South College Avenue, on December 9th at 6 o'clock. I'm putting it on the website as we speak. That was my problem. I couldn't get on the website, and Jim's helped me out try to get on there. Come on, come. If you've never been there, it's a really good Mexican restaurant, but they do have standard. Actually, I looked today, and they have a T-bone steak there too. They have ribs and all kinds of stuff there. We were out there about 2 or 3 years ago. It's a real nice venue. We were there. We started going there like 7 years ago, and then we started coming over to the other place, I guess, for one reason or another. But it's a really good place. Let this drop. Very nice people. We'll probably get our own little room off the side. It's not quite as noisy as we've seen over there at Bruce's, and there's nothing wrong with Bruce's. I didn't think that was bad, but we had a lot of people complain to me last year, and I've had some emails this year, and I've had other people kind of approach me on this and say, can we change this? And I kind of wanted to go back to the Inca, and so we were over there talking to them today, and they invited us back and everything else. So I'm kind of glad we're coming back there, and I think that they do appreciate it too. Any questions about this? I think it will be a little more intimate than it has been over there at the other place. They do have a bar. It's so anybody wants to drink can drink there, but it's not quite a bar per se. It's more of a restaurant. So come one, come all. I'm putting it on the website right now. It is, like I say, it's 2313 South College, and if you don't know where that is, and if you knew where the Denny's was many years ago, it is the old Denny's. I'll let this go. Thanks.
Mike Echo.
Go ahead, Mike Echo.
KE0ME. What was the date? I was busy for a second and didn't hear it.
December 9th. That's a Tuesday. It's about a month from now, actually, come to think about it. It's a Tuesday at 6 o'clock, and I think Santa probably will be there if I get my connections right. And by the way, folks, this is for your whole family. This is not just for you. Spouses, kids, the rest of the stuff. I mean, if you want to bring them, you bet. In fact, we kind of encourage it. It is a family affair.
Any other questions for Joe? Thanks, Joe. I think that's going to be a good change. And for those of you that aren't familiar with it, it's just north of that new monstrous King Soopers there on the corner of College and Drake, so kind of there in the Midtown area. Any other questions or late check-ins or announcements?
Delta and in Fort Collins for late check-in.
Thank you, Ann. I got your check-in. I think somebody doubled with Ann. Doubling station, come on back.
BNK with a question.
Go ahead, Rick. The floor is yours.
I was just curious. I haven't checked it out. Does anybody know if the government shutdown is affecting the FCC website? I have a neighbor here with me that's interested in GMRS and maybe a ham license, tech. So I'm just curious if everybody knows if the FCC's website and stuff is still going.
KD0TYU.
Go ahead, Joe.
Rick, it really is. They are down. There's no way to get a license. We tested guys like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they haven't got their license yet.
All right, that answers that. Thanks, Joe. N0BNK, back to net.
W1VAN.
Go ahead, Ivan.
Perhaps the VE team could correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're a new amateur license, can't you go ahead and start operating with a /EG? I guess that wouldn't be true. Perhaps with a upgrade, because you wouldn't have a call sign. Maybe I answered my own question. W1VAN.
Yeah, Ivan, that was suggested at the club, I mean at the meet, and you're absolutely right. I said, well, yeah, but you got to have something in front of that that slash, and without it you don't. I mean, you can upgrade if you go from like that to a general, but that would be obvious. You could do that irregardless, but it's kind of hard if you don't have a license to start.
Yeah, thanks. I kind of answered my own question as I was talking it out. Okay, very good. Back to net.
Anybody else have anything, comments, questions, or anything to talk about? I had one question I wanted to throw out, and it could be one of those topics that could turn into long-winded, so if it does, we don't need to pursue it. But I'm thinking about adding a spectrum analyzer to my collection of test equipment. So I've been looking at the tiny assays and their derivatives. I find it to be a little confusing because there's a lot of different variants out there. I know that frequency is one of the key parameters, and I don't see needing to go up into the high multi-megahertz for what I do. Realistically, I don't envision myself getting beyond UHF, so don't need to go too much higher than that to get the harmonics. I'd actually be interested in the lower end a bit more because I want to test for power supply and converter noise. Does anyone have any wisdom on tiny assays or equivalent and where to look and what models to look for?
WA7EM.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have anything profound to say. There's probably another bunch of people on here that have a tiny assay. I had mine for 3-4 years, and yeah, there's a limit on what you can do. You know, I think it's very high frequencies, but for normal HF stuff and looking for birdies and other such stuff, I've been very happy with it, especially for the money.
This is K0AZA, net control for the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club for the Beat. Thanks, Ed. I appreciate that. Anybody else have any input or suggestions for me?
Hi, EMP.
Yeah, Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the price lately on this to know how much more it is than the tiny assays, but you should at least look at the Rigol DSA 815 with or without the tracking generator function. If you're going to do filters or cavities or anything like that, you'll need a tracking generator option with it. But otherwise, for just a spectrum analyzer, take a look at the Rigol.
Okay, thanks. I'll check into that one. I'm not familiar with it. Anybody else?
KE0CP.
CP, go ahead, Cliff.
Yeah, this is Cliff, KE0CP. I know this is a little bit over your head probably for price, but I, a little while ago, bought a Siglent SSA 3021X. Absolutely love it. It's probably an overkill for some of the simple testing, but if you want to get something reasonably accurate so that you can estimate your or measure your line loss, coax line loss, take a look at where your the points are where your antennas are in resonance, and a lot of other things that are really handy for the ham shack. It's an extremely good spectrum analyzer. Like I say, the problem is probably a bit over your price. However, I was able to get a used one off of Amazon, and it came in everything looking brand new. So, and I don't remember, but I think it was around $800 or $900 a year or two ago. Anyway, just my 2 cents worth. KE0CP.
Yeah, I certainly don't mind buying used, so I'll look into that. Again, that was a Siglent. It was an SSA 3021 X-ray. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's Roger. Sierra Alpha 3021 X-ray.
Okay, thanks, Cliff. Anybody else?
NYY.
NYY, go ahead.
Good evening. Late check-in. N0NYY with N0QXQ, Barton and James from Evans. And the Rigol DSA 815 runs right about $1,000. And good evening to all of them at N0NYY.
Yeah, okay. Now, you know, I was thinking something in the 200 to 300 range, but I actually have business applications for it, so I think maybe I should maybe rethink that and get something a bit more upscale. I think Cliff had a good point as to the uses of a unit that's got more capability. So I'll certainly look into those too. Bart, do you have any other models you think I should look at?
No, I do not.
Okay, I appreciate the input. Anybody else?
KF0TUV.
Go ahead, Joe.
This is just a thought that possibly the club would put on a seminar or like a training class for the use of those. I'm also interested, but I'm afraid they're over my head at this point, but I would be interested to sit down and work with somebody if that was a thought of the club in the future. Anyway, it's just an idea. This is KF0TUV. Back to net control.
E0CP.
Yeah, go ahead, Cliff.
Yeah, I think some training would be really good at the club. I'd be certainly willing to do a little bit of that. There are probably others who know more than I do about it, since my background was not so much in RF. But one of the things that you might be interested in is that some of these models you're able to get with 40 hours of capability enabled, and then if you want to go beyond that, you can spend a few $100s to put in a number, and then it opens it up for you forever. But these things are really good. One of the things you might want to do to get an idea about Siglent versus Rigol and all the others is to go out on YouTube, but be very careful that there are a lot of people speaking on YouTube that don't know what they're talking about. There are several people, and I don't happen to know their names, but several people who really are good and do understand how these work. They're complex pieces of equipment. If you don't know what you're doing, you can really get some messed up measurements. But anyway, YouTube is a good source if you're careful about who you watch. KE0CP.
Okay, thanks, Cliff. And I think Joe's suggestion of a training class is a good one. Maybe we'll pursue that a bit and see if we might be able to do something there. Anybody else?
KD0TYU.
Just the man. Go ahead, Joe.
We haven't done one on. We've done it on the. We haven't done it on Tiny SA. We've done it on the other thing. Maybe a combined class. I am looking for something for December. I could probably get somebody to do that. Is anybody volunteered to do it on the SA and on the VNA?
KE0CP.
Hey, are you volunteering or voluntolding?
I would be happy to give a little bit of a demonstration. I've just recently joined the club. I've been around since the 60s, but I just recently joined the club, and I'm not too familiar with the way you guys do things. But if somebody wants to give me a call and do some coaching about how you do presentations and whatnot, I'd be happy to look into it for the Siglent model.
We don't, I've been at this for 15 years, and I'm not sure how we do it either. How do I get with you?
Let's see, KE0CP at pm.me. So it's Kilo Echo Zero Charlie Papa at Papa Mike dot Mike Echo.
I'm sorry, what was that call again? I got the rest of it, but I didn't get that.
Kilo Echo Zero Charlie Papa KE0CP at pm.me.
I got it. Yeah, I'll send you an email. Yeah, it's just very open. We do a business meeting first at 9 o'clock. Which lasts anywhere from 5 minutes to 15 at most. And then it's just an open show, however you want to do it. It can be done by Zoom, or you can do it live. Do demonstrations live. You can do it however you want to do it. You can use video if you want, slides if you want, however you want to do it. But I'll send you an email and we'll get together.
That's a Roger, KE0CP.
I'd also like to do one on the VNA too also. Because that seems to be a hot topic, too, on how to work that. I've got both here, and I've been using them for quite a while. I don't use the Tiny SA very much because there's not a lot of use for it. And the only thing I use it for is to check a dirty handheld, just to make sure it's that. But there are a lot of good uses for it. Back to net, thanks. KD02YU.
YY.
Go ahead, Bart.
I would add that there's a bunch of those videos on the NCARC.co website where you can watch and see what's been done in the past. And Joe, I will take issue with the comment about the Tiny SA. They're great for analyzing antenna patterns. You can set if you have both, you can take the nano-VNA and put it in CW mode and it transmits, and you put a little tiny antenna on it, and then you go back whatever distance you can do, 100 yards odd, and pattern your beam and read the Tiny SA while you're sweeping the beam, and you can get a really good idea what the lobes on the antenna look like. So there's one fun experiment that I really enjoy doing with it. And 0NYY back to net.
Never thought about that. That's interesting. Thanks.
Thanks, gentlemen. Anything else on this topic? Hearing none, are there any additional topics or late check-ins before we close the net? Hearing none, this concludes the NCARC TechNet. Net Control would like to thank each station for their participation. We had a total of 29 check-ins tonight. This net will occur again next Monday at the same time on this repeater. This is K0, let's try that again. This is K0AZA, closing the net at 1842, and we're returning the repeater to normal operation. 73, and good night, everyone.
This presentation was brought to you by the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. For more information, visit our website, ncarc.net. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.